Early Saturday morning, we hiked in from the Jack Lake trailhead again. We hiked through the area that we had cut previous weeks on the trail up towards Minto Pass and the Pacific Crest Trail. We entered the wilderness area, and the wilderness area requires, and there's a law that passed in 1934, that no motorized vehicles, tools, equipment can be used to maintain the trails, which is why we use crosscut saws and axes and Silke Samurai swords. We made camp on the shores of Wasco Lake, within sight of, or close to, the section of the Pacific Crest Trail that Pete owns. Each person adopts a section of the Pacific Crest Trail. Here's my tent. This is where I'm sleeping, and some of the equipment I'll be using over the weekend. My stove, my kitchen gear, my bucket, which makes filtering water much easier, some extra trail shoes just in case my feet get sore. And this is the camp that we had, and this is the camp we stayed at that night. And we worked Saturday and Sunday. And here's the sign hiking out of the trail, out of the camp that we made, up to the Pacific Crest Trail in the beginning of our adventure and the beginning of our logout. A logout is where we carry gear, axes, saws, tools, and cut out all the obstacles that have fallen across this trail. A huge fire burned through this area in 2003.
Oh, did you guys pick out a good one just for us?
The wind comes up and blows more trees down.
Intellectual challenge.
Okay, so Sean, tell me how to open this tool. Do you know?
Yes.
I bet you do.
The thumb screw on the top.
So I've been undoing it.
Yep. When you undo it, then you can push down. It's sort of a lock to keep you from pushing it down.
Oh, then you push it down, and when you push it down, you can fold it out. And I should be wearing my gloves.
Well, exactly.
I'm putting my gloves on. I get the right things. Gloves on, sleeves down, like that.
Did you have the Silke?
Yes, I do. I got it right over here.
Okay, so we were thinking clear the little stuff first.
I'm not going to argue with that one bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, but you're the boss. So.
Yeah, doesn't mean that you guys can't think about it.
Well, we're gonna think about it. I mean, that's why we're here.
And come up with good decisions, and I think that's a good place to start. So where is the trail? And the trail is...
It's right on the log.
Yeah.
Right under the log. So we're gonna have to cut and roll or something.
Yeah. So let's definitely get this little stuff out of the way.
Okay.
This, a little of this is gonna...
Oh.
You okay? Sorry.
Yep.
You okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
But let's do the awareness of others. I'm sorry. I should have had my helmet on already, but I was heading that
no
way.
worries. So I think we can shake this piece loose right here and not have to clear any of it.
Right. So let's... Here, I think we take this one.
Okay. Let me get out from downhill.
Right.
And then I can pick this side up. And,
Okay.
and if we go...
My thinking is you walk it over there, and then we toss it down.
I'll go with that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cleared.
Well, you got it. But here we go. Okay. Let go and I'll throw it.
All right.
Okay. I'm tossing this guy.
Okay, I'm watching you.
Okay.
So this is going to break as well. So let me get out from underneath it and let me hit it a few times.
All right.
And I'll bet you that's going to go just like that. And same thing, somebody want to grab a side?
I got it.
Walk it to the edge. And then a 1, 2, and 3. Lovely job.
All right.
All right, so we got this one to clear. And we got that one. This one should get out of here without too much drama, but I think we should probably start with downhill first.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So do we want to cut that one and then roll it?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Do we have anything we can put over here as a rail? Other than what we just threw off the trail?
That's a good question.
I think this is light enough that I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble.
Yeah.
I would say we get the axe and lop a couple of these off. What do you think? That way they're not in our way of...
Yeah.
I'll do it.
And then I would think, just given the fact that there is so little downhill here, that this is easily Silke.
Okay, I got that.
Kurchanka.
Okay.
Looking good, like a boss. I think we have...
I'm not the boss. You are the boss. But this is something.
I think too, we probably want to leave another axe for the other crew, because I think we have all the axes. So we'll have to figure that out. So I would say that's probably sufficient. And I would say cut this somewhere in here.
Okay.
If technically this is the trail, I mean the trail is probably going to drift uphill a little bit, but I just, cut until you feel like you can't cut anymore, and then let me know and we'll spell you. Let's see if we can figure out how to split this, because something tells me that with a little bit of...
Yeah, it's very dry.
Something tells me a couple whacks with the Pulaski, and that thing will just start folding like a... What are your thoughts on that?
I think if you whack it with a Pulaski a couple times here, we can probably just push it off.
Right, and then just start taking it apart like a jigsaw puzzle and at least get two of the chunks out. All right, so swinging. It already looks pretty apart as is.
Yeah. No, we're lucky that the wind's so old and so dry.
Okay, heads up, we're gonna move this just in case it...
Okay.
Here.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go!
Perfect.
That's good enough.
Good enough. All right, you can return to your previously scheduled program. So I am gonna axe this out right here, and I think that'll clear this log. I think it's pretty good right now. Just needs a little encouragement. Break a few of these log fibers. Feel free to wiggle if you want.
That's what she said.
Looks like I need to get this side. Okay, hold on a sec, real quick. I want to get my fingers in someplace. Yep, it's just a center hinge wood right here. Just needs to get through. All about the heart. See one more spot.
This is gonna go pretty soon, I think.
Okay. Should I?
You want to step away first. Okay, I think we got this one. Right?
Yep, I'm ready. Try to steady for it. Don't know if I'm helping at all or.
Yeah, I think we are. Cracking.
Singing to us.
Yeah.
Starting to part.
This thing I think is now rollable.
You want me to push it? I can probably do it. Or do you think we'll end up with hinge wood? I'm kind of holding it up right now.
I'd let it just go.
Perfect.
So I think if all three of us roll this thing,
Well, I can, if I get this right here. This should be your biggest obstacle to navigation. Need me down there?
yeah, I can kind of hold it up if you can push on it. Here we go.
Out of the wet trail. All we needed.
All right.
All right, behind you. So it's severely cracked here. And I think that we could probably break it here and roll this chunk out.
Yeah, and
Especially if we get it broken by the time the rest of everybody's here and we put 6 people butt on the ground, legs in it, and I'll just give it a shove.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'll swing in it with the Pulaski for a little bit, and you can take it.
And then I think once we get that cleared, we can work about this. I'd be cognizant of this. Obviously it's sat here for a while, but I mean, it could break and
It's not going anywhere.
it's not going anywhere, but
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. We should be cognizant. I'm just saying, I'm happy standing there.
yeah, me too.
All right, so,
Just figure worthy of a discussion.
yeah. So swinging.
And actually, I would almost suggest using, let me give you my good axe. Pulaski's
Because this thing isn't, yeah.
not sharp. It's sharp-ish, it's just not sharp. And we can save that for when we get closer to the dirt. the finishing.
I have an axe that's similar to the one you're about to hand me.
That one
And
should be.
I didn't bring it because I didn't know.
Well, we got plenty of axes between us. Everybody doesn't need their own personal axe.
No. In fact, I agree with you that we should give them an axe.
Do you want me to hit that with a Pulaski, or you feel like you're making good
I
progress?
think I'm making it. Yeah.
Cool.
But thank you.
Say when and I'll spell you.
Yeah, when's going to be pretty soon. Is this how you do it? I'm just angling in.
You look fine to me. The only thing I would do is go over the top of your head and use the weight of the axe.
Not muscle it so much. This thing's a lot shorter than what I'm used to.
Yeah, it's longer than the other one we've got though, so
Yeah.
that is so there are two primary types of axes. There's a felling axe and there's a splitting axe. That's a felling axe. I think the other one we have, because it has a wider body, is more of a splitting axe. I kind of object to carrying splitting axes on trails because one, they're big and heavy, and two, we're felling, not splitting.
We're never splitting anything. Here, go ahead.
Then you have different types of axe heads. You've got a Dayton, you've got a New Jersey, and you have, what's the double-headed one? I think the double-headed one is a Dayton.
Yeah, just get up higher. Yeah, I'm muscling it because it feels almost like a hatchet to me. It's the one, I've had the same axe for the last decade, and it's...
Well, I argue a lot with a lot of the sawyers because a lot of them are like, you have to use the saw for everything. And I'm like, I can swing an axe all day long. And what are you gonna do with a saw here? You're in your butt over there, you're in your butt over there, this is in the dirt. Yeah. This is not a place for a saw.
Take a turn whenever you're ready.
Just leave that there, or?
I want to see if we can push this a little bit farther because that'll give us more clearance for this.
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
I'm gonna let go.
I gotta get down here and get it over.
I might be able to.
I'm good.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah, this is a nice axe.
It's got, I like the lightweight handle. And once you get in through the hard, dead stuff, I'm already starting to see the top wiggle a little independently of the bottom.
Oh yeah, I just, see this crack?
Yeah,
I just tapped into the crack.
perfect. So yeah, I mean, other sawyers like are all go-to cutting. You're wasting your energy chopping, but to me, you don't. To me, the way you use an axe is you swing it behind you, you give it a little bit of a nudge to accelerate it, but you let the axe head do all the work. So it's not really muscle work as much as just
Inertia.
inertia.
Yeah.
If you're doing anything other than inertia, you are wasting energy. But I mean, the old timers, they didn't carry saws. They just carried, my turn. They just carried axes. And I mean, those guys would build fortifications, all sorts of stuff.
I set that up for you.
We need more Egyptians. I think we're gonna just line everybody up on here, put their butt into the dirt, and just give this a shove off the trail.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. In case the tree lights already down.
And watch for that top one right there. I don't think it's going anywhere, but
It feels stable. We're gonna have to do something with it.
and your timing is impeccable because we're just about done with this one. All right. I want everybody clear. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, I got a little bit more to do. Everybody clear? Eyes. Perfect. I think most of it's this downhill one.
I'll take a turn you want.
I'm good. We are through. Going to save this. I'm going to finish it with this. All right, let's see what we got here.
Hey, why did you do that, Mac? Because you didn't want to
We
dull
don't-
your axe blade?
Yeah, this is the sharpest axe we got.
Yeah,
Pulaski in the dirt,
got it.
axe in the wood. Take a spot, everybody.
Yeah, it'll move.
2, 3. Hold on, get position again. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I should have been butt on ground. My bad.
1, 2. I think that's where we want it. Beautiful job, thank you.
I don't know, this is still kind of on the trail a bit. I don't know what kind of anything with it. But
I think I'll
grab that.
cut it or break it or something down here.
Yeah.
What about?
We could also do a wiggle jiggle this way.
Be able to push it down and then.
If we get a
cut
couple
this.
people wiggling it,
Yeah.
once we get it moving on a wiggle, you'll be surprised at how fast it'll glide down a trail.
Oh, look at this.
Safing.
Oh, we had 2 axes. The problem is it's going to be hard to push it down because it's not a lot of good area to push
Do we want the rope?
Yeah, probably.
I will fetch you the rope.
Some people are made out of muscle and blood, and muscle and mind that's weak and the back that's strong, load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Roger Miller, right?
Yep. I was born one morning and the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal and the store boss said, bless my soul.
You want in? Are you good?
At some point I'd like to learn how to swing the axe.
Have at
Bring
it?
it. He's a great. Yeah, what's your name? I'm sorry.
Mac.
Mac is a great teacher.
It's on the hat.
Mac is teaching me stuff that, like, I used to know, sort of.
So one of the things too we are going to start with, and actually this might be a good opportunity. Do we find a short little piece of wood? The reason why I'm saying that is that when he cuts through that end, this is gonna try to drop on that end. I don't think it's gonna go very far though, but I was thinking if we put a pivot there, it might bridge itself and reverse our bind.
I know exactly what you're saying. Our pivot piece.
And right now, we are getting right now I want a wedge in this.
I got my backpack.
Gonna
full of
come
wedges.
through.
You want me to get one?
Holding.
My favorite crew off. You always said you should be working, eating, drinking, or sleeping. Sitting there jawing around, you should be doing something else. Not have better scenery though.
No.
You're taking footage. Eyes, eyes, eyes.
I'm gonna trust you. Stay low, right? Okay.
Axe.
Sir.
Getting sappy. Now let me take a shot at it and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of cutting here in the middle, I'm going to clear this backside.
Oh, I got it. All right.
And when I do that, I can clear lots of material.
Yep.
And then
I'm with you.
and then the material's moving out of the cut.
Yep.
And you're not just constantly hitting the same material and it's going bleh,
Yeah, right.
bleh.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And that was just 3 hits, and I just was. The hope there is too, as we get that cut out, you'll be able to move away from it so the log isn't underneath your toes.
What do you think? It worked pretty much how
Well, should we all get on this?